Hey guys, welcome to Caveopolis. This is Vey Hunter, and today we're going to be starting up a run of another Stoneblock style mod pack. For those of you who are new to them, Stoneblocks are quite like Skyblocks, but at the same time the exact opposite. You start out in a tiny cave. This one is the smallest one I've seen yet. We start off with very limited resources and, in this case, the one probe and the Caveopolis menu. We also start out with a quest book. Welcome to Caveopolis. Thank you for downloading and welcome to Caveopolis. This mod pack uses Skyblock Builder to create the world. Cool. So this will just spawn me to a new place. Join the Discords. This is just telling me about the quest book. The temp pad can be used to teleport to different previously saved locations. That's going to be very useful. Quest lines are separated into levels. This is the Caveopolis guidebook. Gear quests, finished levels, and welcome to level 1. So, this shows us where everything spawns, and we are currently in the stone level. If we go up a few blocks, we hit calcite. If we go down a few blocks, we hit brightstone. But let's just see what we need. We need to get pebbles, bone meal, moss blocks, and bright shards. Which, if we look at the world, we're currently here. Calcite, I'm pretty sure gives us bone meal. Bright stones, I'm assuming gives us bright shards, and mossy stones, moss balls. So, first thing we're going to look at is the temp pad, which is some weird Back to the Future style crap. But we can use it to add a location right here, which will just be our home location. Now, in most stone blocks, you can smash down some stones and they'll give you pebbles, which is our first quest. Now, we're just going to clear out a little bit of space because I want to be able to start moving as quickly as we can. But for now, we're just going to make a stairway straight down because we want to get to moss as soon as we can. Plus side, we will know when we're only 5 blocks away because that'll happen. So this gets us to Brightstone. We're also going to smash out a little pathway off to the side so that we can put in another temp pad location. We're also going to just amass a metric butt ton of pebbles. And at this level, bright shards, which aren't useful for too many things, but they are very useful for making this version's torches. Because who needs to make charcoal if you've got torches? If you've got bright shards of torches, I mean. Right. So, moss is very useful indeed. What we can do with it is we can eat it for one, but that's the least useful thing we can do. We can make ourselves some mossy bricks, or a moss block. We can also make mossy stones by combining stones and moss blocks. So I'll take care of that right now because I like pushing through quests. We can also K through crafting. So if you have something that can be crafted in a 4 square by just combining it, hitting K will auto-craft that for you. But we need a little bit more than 4. We're just going to clear out a little bit of extra space in the roof and set up another temp pad location. Now, cool thing that this can do is we just run program home, and it opens up a doorway for us. It'll take us straight home. Right. So, what else we want to do? Sorry, English. The next thing we're going to want to do is smash out a little area over here for us to use. Basically, storage, if nothing else. But, right, so we finished off this side of it. We need to make stone sticks and stone torches, so we can do that now. There's the sticks, there's the torches. We also wanted bricks. So, we also need a stone crafting table. So we're going to get rid of that and chuck down our crafting table in the wall. Now we need stone parts, which is 4 sticks and 4 stones. We need to do that twice. And then we can combine 4 stone parts and get ourselves some storage, which we'll just chuck over here. Right, now all we need to do is get to bone meal, which calcite drops bone meal when broken. We're going to mine up a little bit, and as soon as we get to calcite, we can start working on the next part of this. At the very least, we should be able to finish off this quest, or this level of this quest. Alright, so now we've hit calcite, and calcite, when you break it, gives you bone meal, which is going to be very convenient if and when we eventually get ourselves some crops. So that finishes off this. Use bone meal on moss block will transform nearby stone into moss blocks. And now we've just got to make some calcite, which we can make when we get back down on the crafting table. Oh wait, I'm not going to take the slow man's route. We're going to add a bone meal location. And then we're going to run home. Alright, we're also going to knock out these stones so that we stop teleporting into them and getting a little bit hurt each time. Now we'll finish off this chapter by making some calcite, which we're more than likely just going to end up breaking anyway. Although we could make a calcite chest as well. Looks significantly nicer. So now we can move on to the next quest. We do not want to lose that. We are, however, going to just ditch all of these extra things. And we want to mine out a small room. we want about a 5x5, I think. Not including this chest, actually. We might just make a little bit of a doorway here. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. We go one in each direction. Then we've just got to dig up. Because having a roof directly above your head, it's not what you want. It's not as bad as having it when you're trying to climb the stairs, but it's not what you want. Now, I just want to check if we can make a stone hammer. It would be excellent if we could make this with some stone sticks, but I'm a little doubtful. No, that's unfortunate. But hey, this is a learning experience for us all, so... Right, now we just got to dig up a lot. Right, so I thought we might be able to get some stuff to help us mine this out a little bit faster if we take care of this way. Break down the chest, because if we're going to convert this like this, having that chest in there is not going to be very effective. That will happen from time to time, or in my case, quite frequently. Can I make 6 out of you? That's unfortunate. Right, so we've ended up with a decent chunk of seeds and saplings and for some reason carpet. So we'll just knock out all of this roofing, have a nice area for us to grow these saplings, which azalea saplings look real weird for a sapling, and then we'll get right back to it. Right, now that we've knocked all of that out, we can chuck down our azalea. And given enough bone meal, we now have wood for a change. Wait. Which completes 2 quests for us because we've already got the seeds. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves as much stone as we can, and we're going to make ourselves stone hammers, as well as, actually we can't make stone axes. We can make stone axes? Interesting. We're going to make ourselves an axe. And the reason we were collecting up the carpet is that we can use 3 to make some mossy string. We can use 4 string to make a wall. So now that we have axes, chopping down the trees will become a lot easier. Which gives us access to more resources. We also gain more rooted dirt. Or gain rooted dirt, I should say. So we'll put down mossy blocks to replace what becomes rooted dirt. And just quickly keep on knocking down some trees. Because our rooted dirt is going to come handy later when we make ourselves a farm. I don't know why I stopped to say that. Right, and one last one. We'll knock this down, and then we'll knock out some more strings, carpets, and we can continue working on that. Alright, now that we've gone through all of our bone meal on that, we'll just make whatever string we can, turn it all into wool, completes another quest for us, make ourselves a green bed. So that's that branch of the quest done. We now need to make ourselves a hoe, a wooden hammer, a bowl, and some shears. Now, first up for the shears. Actually, first up we'll make the bowl. Then we'll make the shears. Then lastly, we need to make ourselves armor. Must be with the logs. There we go. And a culinary station, which is just a plank over a crafting table. So planks, one crafting table, one culinary station. We'll knock this out and chuck it in next to it. And now we can start making food through this. We also, with one last thing, need to make ourselves a hoe. And the reason we need to make a hoe isn't for farmland yet. We need to take these rooted dirts and rip out the roots. Right. Chapter complete. Right, so that's moss blocks completed. Next up is wood tech. So we need to make a wooden bucket, which is 3 logs. From that we can make a basic barrel. It's going to take 2 buckets, 6 planks, and a wooden hopper. We'll get the second bucket going. Get ourselves a wooden chest. So that is a nice looking chest as well. And then the creeper face. Make ourselves a basic barrel. We also need to grow some wheat. Alright, so what we're going to need to do, first and foremost, we're going to need to head back up and get some more bone meal. And that's also going to require us going further up with the roofing. But now that we have this hammer, we get coloured stone. Nifty. We can start smashing out a whole heap of bone meal at a time. That was over a stack. So much quicker. So much quicker. Alright, we'll teleport home. And now we shouldn't be hitting our head when we go down there. Very nice. We want some leaves, so we're just going to plant this and grow it real quick. Then, so that we can keep the leaves, just use these shears they made us make. Honestly, more than likely until they break. And we'll just cut down the rest of it. We'll also be able to get ourselves an extra load of rooted dirt. And we're going to take advantage of that right now when we expand out this way. Right. So we'll knock out one lot here, grab out our dirt and start building. Now if we chuck out the rooted dirt as well, that takes care of it. We can chuck our barrel down. Actually smash out this side as well. Chuck down a barrel here. Chuck in a load of leaves, and this will start making us some water. Slowly but surely. let's have a look at what's next. Over here, we need to make ourselves a wooden chest. And we're going to need to make another wooden hopper. We're also going to need to make another bucket for up here. So, we'll start with the chests and the hoppers. Let's be real, having an extra hopper lying around won't hurt. Ah, crap, it needs to be a normal chest, by the looks of things. So, the way that most of these mods work is you just chug it back in there and it converts it into a normal chest. And by the looks of things, it wasn't counting us as of having picked that up in the first place. So we'll make ourselves a bucket so that we can have a water-filled bucket once this gets the 1,000 mils of water, which is almost there. And we can also knock this out so that we can collect it and finish the quest off. Now, we chuck this back down, this back into the center. We make ourselves a little bit of farmland. And now we can start. We can't start growing seeds? Oh, apparently it has to get saturated before we can start growing. That's odd. Alright. So next up we need to make an eroder. Yep. The eroder needs to be sat in the middle of a 3x3 area of water source blocks. Okay. So that means we're going to need to continue breaking down leaves because we're going to need at least 2 water sources. Right. We weren't expecting them to last very long anyway. Cool. Make ourselves another pair of shears and we can keep on going. Cut down a tree just to get rid of it. And replace the moss blocks. Now, we just can't grow on these 4 spots by the looks of things. So instead, we'll get our next piece of dirt, double hoe it. We also can't grow there, which is rather annoying. Oh, we only realistically need 1 to grow anyway. And then we'll chuck the extra seeds in. No, apparently that doesn't work. Unfortunately. Right, while we wait, we need a 3x3 area to start making this work in. And I think we're just going to go out on the other side. So we've got only a little bit to go there. In the meantime, we'll continue collecting up more leaves. So, no, we don't even need more leaves. Because the next one of those is going to finish it off. Cool. And there we go. All water source blocks. Now, for an eroder, we need 2 hoppers, 6 planks, and a water bucket. Means we're going to need another chest. We need about this much wood. And one more load of planks. Should finish this off. Not where I wanted to put you. Right. So, if we erode wool, we'll get normal string. We erode stone. So this will just make us cobblestone now. How much coal do I need to finish this? Oh, there we go. But getting a stone pick is an objective, so we need enough to do that. And this should give us the string, which will finish off yet another quest. We need to make oak planks by chucking azalea logs into here. This road is actually very useful. And last but not least, we need to make oak drawers. Means we need 6 oak planks, or another 2 of those in there. Right. So 1 oak drawer coming up. It's just chest in the middle. Planks top and bottom. That gives us an oak drawer. And now we can finish off this chapter by building ourselves a pickaxe. Now we're going to grab out all of these pebbles just for consolidation's sake. Turn them all into stone blocks. Is the one thing I don't like about this. In fact, the rotation blocks is already hotkeyed to it. And now, having finished off these first 3 chapters, we're up to smelting. We're going to grab out actually a full stack of stone. Wonder what else we can use the eroder for. Make strings. Make blank modules from smooth stone slabs. Pointed dripstones. Prismarine shards. Biofuels, planks, bitumen. Slime balls. Wither dust. The wither dust is actually really useful. Obsidian shards. Some of this stuff is going to be very useful. Some of it, not so much. The fact that we can turn gravel into sand, useful. Smooth stone into gravel, also useful. Alright, we'll take this and we can make ourselves a furnace, which can get slot in right here. So next up we need to make ourselves some smooth stone, which we'll get from cooking the we'll get that from cooking stone. But there is a much more cost-effective way than just burning logs to make the smooth stone. So we use these slabs to burn a log, and then we use the charcoal from that. But in the meantime, we're going to need more wood. So, time to chop down more trees. it spreads down levels as well. Interesting. Alright, so what we can do is we can just keep on restocking these spots that we knock out. Alright, and while we're doing this, I'm going to pull this and chuck in that for our fuel and that to be burnt. Now we'll take this and put the smooth stone in, because smooth stone will now be turned into gravel. These logs will continue to generate more wood and more charcoal for us. Alright, so now we're going to need to get yet another bucket, which makes me exceptionally glad that I've been collecting logs. And use it to restart the farmland, which has been expanding. Well, is now expanded. And hopefully... No, we still can't see any of it, which is very strange. Alright, next thing we needed was gravel, which we now have. Then we need sand, then we need to make glass. Got more charcoal. We can use that charcoal to make even more charcoal. And it's a vicious cycle, really. And we can use this for compost, and that's honestly about it. So, we'll continue growing more azalea trees for you. And that gives us our sand. Our sand is then going to be chucked into here. After the sand's done, we'll come back and chuck the wood back in so we can continue having it be converted. Speaking of converting things, we're going to quickly knock that out. And then continue growing more trees. And I cannot wait for the moment I get iron. It is going to be grand. And that finishes the smelting chapter, which wraps up level 1. And lets us get into the more stones section. But that's also going to be where we wrapped up for the night. This is a odd very interesting mod pack, and I can see why it's capturing so many people's attention. If you like what you've seen here, don't forget to smash that sub button, hit the thumbs up, and tell us down below what level are you looking forward to seeing. Personally, I'm just happy we got to see the Brightstone because that is a great addition and we need to have that in vanilla Minecraft already. We'll be back next week, same fade time, same fade place, and we'll see you all there.